Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to Arcana Universe. This is going to be Virgo September 2025 energy forecast reading. Your energy already coming in very strongly. Let's get started. Okay. So as a friendly reminder, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates. If you would like a one-on-one, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. And I'm happy to announce that I provide memberships now. Yay! But as with all general readings, please only take what resonates. We do have cross watchers, the roles can be reversed, but you will know if this is your story and which side you are on. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of see the overall energies coming through. And then we'll do the spinny spin portion of this channel at the end. So I'm picking up on a very like youthful, young energy, or it could just be that they're a little immature. So whether you're 18 or 88, I'm just kind of getting somebody here that is, they're eager to bring more experiences into their life, but this may be like a creative type, and perhaps their finances are not the greatest at this time, but there's something to be said about. But the thing about this energy is they're very like picky or particular about perhaps how they make their money, or they don't want to just say yes to any opportunity. But I'm picking up on a very hardworking individual. So this energy, if they are given the opportunity or they're motivated or is passionate about pursuing something, even though it may not have monetary gain that is, you know, very grand, you know, they may not be making a lot of money in the beginning, but it doesn't matter. I'm getting a very consistent energy, a lot of hard work energy. And so this person, they don't have time to just entertain everybody and anybody, okay? So remember I was talking about this very immature energy. So they want to come in and want to talk and want to spend time, but because somebody here is very mindful of who they spend their energy and time with, even though they may be very nice and generous and giving, because they know that that's how they are naturally, they're being extra cautious and mindful of who they give towards. And I see here that it's almost as if they're open to giving people, even if it's like a long distance thing, or there is some level of separation or distance, or it's very difficult to like come together. I see here they're looking for somebody of quality over quantity, because once they invest, once they commit, they're very loyal. And so at this time, they're seeing who is ready to step up to the plate, so to speak. Is somebody here wanting the same thing, wanting similar things, and they want to know if this has a potential for growth. Okay, anything else? Your energy coming very strongly. Oh, no coincidence. What are the chances this comes back to back? Okay. Oh my God. Don't you just love it when this happens? Okay. So definitely, you know, a very strong, you know, Virgo energy coming through, Virgo placement. So whether your sun, moon, rising, Venus, stellium, dealing with the Virgo, what have you, okay? Just know that you found this at the perfect time. But what I'm sensing here is I'm picking up somebody that has a tendency to seclude themselves. It's not, you know, they were neglected, or somebody here is forced into this. This is their own decision to be very mindful of not spreading themselves too thin, or being very mindful of where their energy and time goes, okay? And so somebody here is working very hard on their finances, their stability, their foundation, so that they can confidently go towards what they really want in life. Okay, but somebody here that it doesn't like this. Somebody here doesn't like this because they feel like they should get all of this person's time and energy, and they want to spend all of their time. And when this energy becomes very strict, okay, because ultimately they're being very mindful, they're being very disciplined and consistent with their efforts. And so somebody here may have the tendency to be discouraged when this energy is exhibiting this kind of, feedback and setting healthy boundaries and standards for themselves, not just from others, but from themselves as well. So I'm getting a very, somebody who is a self-starter, who doesn't rely on others. If this is something that they want and they're passionate about, they're willing to go for it all in, okay? And why do we need to know this at this time? Okay, God really wants to encourage some sort of like work-life balance, okay? This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And if somebody here wants to consistently have progression, there needs to be some level of balance. And so I'm picking up on an energy that is very attractive, but they have a tendency to be closed off, or as mentioned, just being very super mindful of who they let in. But somebody here wants to talk. They want to come together and almost like spoil this energy. I'm also getting something about family. So there may be, family members like coming in wanting to be supportive because they can see that this energy is working very hard, and they want to kind of ease the load a bit. Yeah. I mean, this is crazy. It's like screaming, a Virgo energy. I love that. I love it when, I mean, this happens all the time on my channel, as some of you guys know. Okay. Hello, Deal for Real. Welcome back. Hey, girl. It's so... That's your opinion. That is your opinion. Okay, let's be mindful and nice. Okay, so I am picking up on somebody, as mentioned, who's very attractive, and as a result, they have somebody here that really wants to come in and spend time with this energy because they feel this sexual and physical pull and attraction. And yeah, they want to get things off the ground. And perhaps this energy may have a track record of, getting what they want, or convincing others to give them a chance, etc. But I'm definitely getting somebody here that doesn't get played very easily, okay? Just because somebody here comes in hot and heavy, wanting to start something because there's a lot of attraction and all of that. But somebody here, because they have worked so hard to get to where they are at this point, it's just like they want to be fair and be balanced at the end of the day, and they're willing to walk away from in and out energy. They really want something grounded, of value. This is somebody could care less for quantity. They want quality. Okay. Anything else? It's talking about like make time for romance and love, because as mentioned, this is a marathon, not a sprint. This if somebody here is trying to put in the work and work hard, it needs to have longevity. And so God really wants to encourage putting in some sort of some sort of balance, and giving people who wants to kind of show them a good time a chance to. Obviously, you know, if it's going to be just like a dead end situation, I already can see it's going to be nipped at the bud right away. But otherwise, if somebody here really wants to get to know and spend time with this energy, it's just like give them a chance. Yeah, take a leap of faith. Start be willing to have a new beginning. I see here somebody has been neglecting this area of their life because they're responsible. They're very responsible, and especially if whoever is approaching them, they have a lot of third party energies, and they're the type of person to just chat up with any and everybody. They don't want that. They're very selective. Okay. The bell. Okay, so okay, I'm picking up on an energy, bottom of the deck. So I'm picking up on an energy who's very like spiritual. Perhaps they have like spiritual gifts, or they're very committed to their spirituality. And so it keeps talking about they know when somebody's lying. Like somebody here, they think that like, oh, they won't know. They won't know they're talking to multiple people. They won't know if they, you know, they just say that they want commitment, but in the back of their mind, they don't want any of that. They're just looking for something fun and fulfilling, and is willing to say and do whatever it takes to make them believe, but not be honest and keep their promises. It's saying to the person that is, because you know we have both sides listening in. For the person who is just crushing on this very spiritual person, because they feel like, you know, their emotions, they want them, but God is really trying to emphasize, okay, the sneaky behavior. I'm also getting somebody here may already be married, or already be in something commitment, already has a whole family, all of that, but they're just willing to waste somebody's time and take things slow because they feel like, well, you know, if it doesn't go anywhere, okay, if it doesn't go anywhere, they can't blame me for wasting their time, or because in their mind it's just like, well, we're only talking, it's just cordial, it's just, you know, it's not gonna go anywhere, and their intention is they want to keep it that way because they're already tied up, or they don't believe in commitment like that. But they just want to paint this fantasy like it's gonna go somewhere. So why do we need to know this at this time? So if somebody here really truly has feelings for an individual, and they really want to have something, they really need to cut off or wrap up or end the third party energies, because as mentioned, this person is very, they have gifts. Do you know when somebody's lying? Do you know when there's more than when, if it's not a one-on-one connection, but instead somebody here is keeping multiple options and talking to multiple people? So There's something to be said about like being honest. Okay, if somebody here has nothing to hide because they're fully 100% single, they have the best interest, they want commitment. And I'm not talking about somebody who's just like, oh, you know, I'll eventually want that. Oh, eventually we'll get to that place. No, somebody here needs to be ready right now before they can entertain something. Because what if, you know, these two come together and one side is just like in this mindset of, oh, you know, eventually I'll get to that place of wanting to commit, etc. It's just like, while the other person is just like, they're ready for commitment now, they're ready for a serious and monogamous connection now. And so if somebody here is on the fence, not making a decision, not and just trying to buy time, they're self-sabotaging themselves, they're not ready, and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, any final words when it comes to that? Somebody here, they have a tendency to kind of either like keep a roster or likes to talk to multiple people and not let them go, and all of that, because they feel like it boosts their ego. They're stuck in the mentality of how, like, they think that having options or having multiple people that they're talking to, it makes them somebody of value, when it's not the case. It's not, because the person that is of value, they don't want somebody who's talking to multiple people, wasting their time, energy, and effort on others instead of making this individual their priority. So somebody here really needs to consider that. This is not a friendship. Somebody here is actually looking for love. And so if one side is looking for love and another side is just pretending to look for love, but instead they're just looking for friendship, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be stagnant. Okay, so God, I was just like, God, can we move on? You know, like, can we go to the spinning spin? It's like, no, there's something that needs to be said. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear this. Consider this an extra little reading for you. Okay, so happy belated or happy upcoming birthday or happy birthday to all the Virgos out there. So this will be a little extra one for you. Okay. Okay, we're going to do you versus them, because I'm picking up on somebody here that may be dealing with a Virgo. Okay, remember, we have both sides listening in. So let's see what we have here. Let's give this connection the floor. Okay, we'll do this side versus this side. So this side, what they want to talk. They want to talk, but the thing is, they are keeping a lot of like third party energies, and one of the reasons why is because perhaps their money is not good. They feel like, and also they think it's a status thing. They think that, oh, if multiple people are interested, if they are talking to multiple people, it makes them have some more like something about social status. They feel more confident or what have you. But again, this is a skewed way of thinking. Somebody here is it's more so like boosting their ego. It's a false sense of confidence. Okay, just because somebody here is talking to multiple people, that doesn't make them a better catch or anything like that. It doesn't. And this energy needs to realize this. What's the advice for this sign? So it's talking about, so this side, the thing about them is the more they give opportunities to third party dead end situations and short term flings, so to speak, like very, you know, no commitment, just talking, all of that. They're not only are they wasting their time, they're wasting money. They're wasting money, and then they go, you know, scratching their head and just like, oh, where's the money? How come, you know, somebody here is literally depleting themselves, playing themselves, because instead of committing and investing into a serious commitment, they are instead wasting. They might as well just throw away money, you know? This is literally what this energy is doing. And so somebody here is trying to buy time. They're trying to heal through this. And they know that they deserve better. They know that it's almost like they know that they have some, this is like an addictive behavior kind of thing, because if somebody here has a healthy mental space, etc., they wouldn't continue to do something that hurts them. Okay, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. It's creating stress and chaos, and somebody here really needs to see the situation for what it is. If they truly want more love in their life, they really need to be willing to do the work and heal from past traumas, past conditioning, and break free from that, okay? So on this side, I'm picking up on somebody here that really knows their value and worth, okay? They really know their value and worth, and they ultimately do want something monogamous. They are looking for a serious connection, commitment, where they can literally pour themselves, their love, and know that they'll be reciprocated. They are looking for something that, a connection that they can grow with and have a solid foundation. They want a successful, healthy connection. Somebody that knows what they want, is willing to do the work, who is responsible, respectful, and have healthy boundaries for themselves and with others. And so when somebody here is of high value, people who are not are going to want to be part of that. So I sense here a lot of people wanting this energy because they can see that with them there will be success in every aspect of their life, because this is somebody that is very well-rounded, is balanced, and is willing to put in the work to making sure that whoever is in their life, they're successful too. So it's almost like whatever they touch turns to gold. So somebody here is kind of wanting to be part of their nest, part of their life, without really fully understanding what they're getting themselves into. Because if this energy, you know, whoever wants to be part of them, if they are not of value, if they can't stand next to this energy with confidence and pride, and just knowing that they are somebody who is of character, of integrity, just like this individual, if they don't have that energy within themselves, their soul, there's going to be a lot of stress because they know that they don't deserve this energy. Okay, so it's going to be very difficult for somebody here who is not of value, who is not of quality, to have anything more with this connection, because at the end of the day, they don't deserve it. Okay, it's just like somebody of value is not going to give the liar, cheater, the fake and phony a chance, because they understand they deserve better. And they also know that there is somebody like them who is of character and integrity out there. And they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up. And don't you dare give up, okay? If somebody here is just needed that reminder, a friendly reminder of what this energy brings to the table, this person deserves the world. They do deserve happiness. They deserve everything that they have wished for, in a sense, because they are a good person. Okay? Is that good, God? Can we move on? Okay, so it keeps wanting to talk about some fake and phony person in this person's life, okay? So what about this energy? It's cutting season. It's cutting season, okay? So if somebody here knows, they already know that that they're dealing with somebody who is not good, is a liar, plays games and all of that. God really wants to be like, enough is enough. Cut them out. Cut them out. Because not only are they wasting time, the other person thinks that they actually have a chance. So God wants this energy to stand up and be willing to burn bridges and cut contact, and so that they can fully move forward. If somebody here is still holding on to somebody that has lied to them, cheated on them, didn't treat them right, played them, okay? They gotta go. They gotta go. They can't stay. Anything else? And if they're not willing to leave, you have to leave. Okay, somebody here needs to be willing to walk away. And I see here, they got multiple chances already. It's not something that like, oh, you know, it just happened within a day and all of that. No, it's come to the point where it's just, there is some level of consistency in this person's behavior. And so if they're already exhibiting these kinds of behaviors and it hasn't even been long, that already says it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse or stay the same. So God is just like, there's something to be said about time. Like, time reveals all. Within time, the truth will surface. Only time will tell. Okay, so that's kind of like the message coming through. And so if somebody here really, even though they have this intuition, an inner knowing that they're not being treated fairly, okay, and if they need proof and all of that, it's talking about set yourself. This person needs to set some sort of window or a time frame. If whoever they're giving an opportunity to, if they don't step up to the plate, and if there's no change, there's no growth, and what they say and what they do doesn't align, at least they can confidently move forward and move on, knowing that they did give this person a fair chance and opportunity. And if the other person is not going to step up, then move on. Okay? It's like the train is not going to stop and wait for that 1 or 2 passenger that is running late. They're not. It's like, move on. Okay? They missed a boat, they missed a ride, they missed a train, whatever it is. If they missed it, they missed it. And that was their choice. That was their decision. And this person needs to realize that. Okay? Anything else, God? No, that is it. So we're gonna go ahead and leave you guys with one spinny spin, final spinny spin. I mean, your energy, I love it, is coming in very strongly, a lot of grounded energy. So somebody here, you know, this, even though they in a sense, they know this, they needed this reminder. a little bit of a pep talk as to making sure that they continue to uphold their healthy basic foundation for themselves, so they don't get hurt, they don't get played, and that they're protecting themselves. Okay, so what else do we need to know? And one and a two and a career. Okay, so somebody here has questions and wants a little bit more insight on their career aspect, whether this is their work, finances, studies. Okay. For those interested in a one-on-one with me, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. And also I offer memberships now. So depending on which tier you get, there is even a free 20-minute one-on-one Google Meet session available as well. All of that information can be found in the description or in the membership portion of this channel, okay? So let's go ahead. What about the career? Tell us more about the career. What's happening? Okay, so somebody here, they need to, somebody is working like very hard, very hard, but it's not being, perhaps it's not being fruitful, or it's not, there's no longevity, or it's just very, it depletes them. Okay, if somebody here, you'll know, but what I'm getting here is that needs to wrap up. Somebody here needs to recognize if something is a dead-end situation, there's a difference. If something is just, you know, somebody is putting work towards something as a short-term thing, just so that during their transitional phase from what they used to do and what they want to do, if they are trying to kind of fill the gap and end up doing something that may not be desirable, but they do it because they want to be responsible, especially when it comes to their finances, all of that, there's a time and a place. But somebody here, they're staying with it for too long, to the point where it's just, you can tell it's affecting their energy. They feel depleted, they're super tired, they're exhausted. Somebody here is exhausted. So God really wants this energy to like know their worth, okay, and be confident. They deserve more. They deserve perhaps more pay, or they deserve more. And I see here that they are qualified and they can do it, but they've been holding on to something for too long, and God really wants this energy to wrap that up. Find a plan B, because it's almost like somebody here tried to, it's like, as mentioned, it's like a transition. I'm getting like a transitional period where it's just like somebody here may be doing something just on a short-term basis, due to comfort or convenience, and God is saying it's not ultimately fulfilling. It's just like if somebody here is going to pour all that time, effort, and energy into something that they know that they're not going to do on a long-term basis, is they need to put that energy and investment into what they really want. And so even though this is the career portion, this applies to every aspect. Okay, whether this is romance or what have you, we shouldn't stay in something that is not going to be long term. Again, there's a time and a place, and so our goal is to try to continue to move in the direction of pursuing something that brings fulfillment. And it keeps talking about this is a marathon, not a sprint. And so it's kind of like somebody here is trying to do the sprint in the same time as a marathon. So imagine, no wonder somebody here is exhausted. Somebody, so a sprint can be something short term, right? But they're trying to make something short term that they were only going to do for a limited time into a long term commitment. And no wonder they're exhausted. And so God is saying, stop wasting your energy on this and start finding ways to move forward into a different direction that is truly aligning with somebody's passion here. So I'm picking up on there's going to be somebody that catches this person's eye, or like they really see that this person has a potential to succeed. But as mentioned, they're not going for it 110%. And I asked if they went for what they really wanted 110%, what will be the outcome, right? And it's saying it will be a wish fulfillment, but there is some sort of mental blockage. Somebody here needs a push. It's almost as if they wanted a sign from the universe, from God. And here it is. This is your sign. If somebody here needed that extra push to help them get out of their insecurities of pulling back, no. God really wants this energy to take a leap of faith, go for what they want, and put in the work. It's almost as if, like, instead of putting all that time and effort into that short-term sprint, why not put all that time and effort into the marathon of what they truly want? Because when that happens, their life is going to change. Okay, I sense this so much, like love and happiness and living a life full of fulfillment. Okay, so if somebody here truly wants to live authentically, they really need to stop lying to themselves. Okay, because I'm sensing here there's going to be gaslighters or people feeding this person's ego of like and kind of pushing them towards something that they don't want to do. Perhaps it's because there's more security, or it just seems right, but it's just no. It's saying follow your passions, and then there will be success. Ah, oh my gosh. Okay. How exciting is that? How exciting is that? Okay, so somebody here really needs to go all in. And I see here, this is this person, they are the type to go all in. They are, but they were kind of straying a little bit because, due to convenience or comfort or thinking that they're going to be able to juggle short-term commitments with long-term commitments. It's like, no, somebody here really needs to go all in, all in. And it's going to bring them so much happiness, so much. And it's going to be financially fulfilling as well, because when somebody does what they love to do, it's going to reflect anything else. So I am getting here somebody, perhaps this long-term thing that this energy wants to do, it's perhaps it's taboo, or it's like maybe it's like a spiritual thing where people may not be like on board with it, or they feel like, God is saying those insecurities, okay, that's if we were to slap on a label, that's the devil's way of thinking. Okay, that's the devil coming in. It's just like, oh no, you can't do that. Oh, you can't. It's not never gonna happen. Oh, you know, you should be safe and just do this. And no, don't go after your dreams. No, God is saying, we have to be true to our soul, and quiet that little voice that's saying you can't. But instead hear your soul saying you can. You can. It's saying be very mindful of who you surround yourself with, okay? Because there is going to be people masquerading and pretending to actually care or be on the same page or want the same things, but they're fake, they're phony. Not everybody. It's not to say all of them are, but there's going to be a big amount of... I'm definitely picking up on an energy who's just like being a blockage, okay? And so, as mentioned in the previous spreads, cut them out, don't look back, move forward. And the right people that is meant to be in your life is going to come forward, and they're going to stay. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, anything else, God? Wow. Okay, so somebody here is, you know, perhaps worried about their finances. Okay, they're just like, well, you know, perhaps what they really want to do is not fruitful right now. It's not fruitful right now because perhaps they're at their humble beginning, or perhaps the market that they're in is very saturated and it's hard to kind of stand out from the crowd. But it's saying, don't let that be the reason why you don't go after what you want, okay? I am picking up on somebody here who's very grounded, talented, and has the backbone to go after what they want. They just really need to go for it and do it. Even if they may be new to it, there's something to be said about fresh, new energy. Because if everybody is doing the same thing, then what makes this energy unique? How are they different? And so when somebody here really takes that leap of faith and goes after what they want, there is going to be so fulfilling, and the finances and the money is going to reflect that as well. So don't you worry, okay? Okay, don't listen to that little voice coming from the ego, okay? Anything else? Keeps talking about just be very mindful of the people that you surround yourself with, okay? It's like somebody here is just like, you know, don't say yes to everybody. Don't say yes to everybody. Be selective. All right, so that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys